is not 100%. We know that from the clinical trials, and we know that vaccine protection is going to vary by individuals. It's probably going to vary by age. There are some data that suggest that protection is not quite as good in people who have a suppressed immune system, and it is possible that we will see some signals in the future that vaccines don't work quite as well in people who have a range of chronic illnesses. So in other words, it's very personalised how well the vaccine is going to work for you personally. On top of that, we can't solve this by just measuring your antibodies, because T-cell immunity is far less measurable and is much more difficult to do, and that's another component of the degree of protection you're going to get. And then I think we can be very clear that when or if a vaccine fails to give you the maximum amount of protection that you were hoping for, and what it says on the tin, as it were, then the things that are going to go first are the vaccine's ability to protect you from infection and to stop you from transmitting it to others. The things that will go last are the vaccine's ability to stop you getting into hospital, having severe disease and dying. They're the bits that we think, are generally the strongest, even with a weaker vaccine. So from that perspective, the bit that fails first if a vaccine's not, 100%, is its ability to stop you getting infection and transmitting to others, even if it would still keep you out of hospital and stop you from dying of COVID. So that's a tricky nuance in terms of the argument that just because you've had vaccines, it's entirely safe to go abroad. Everything is relative. And the other bit of relativity is whether you're, when you go abroad, jumping into a pond with one shark in it or jumping into a pond with 100 sharks in it. It changes the likelihood that you're going to get bitten. And the disease levels in these different countries that are potential destinations are all very different. And as we've just laid out, some of them still have quite high levels of disease activity compared to the UK. So I think it's a fair ambition, I think it's a good aspiration, but I think we have to move very cautiously and find our way forwards carefully on this.